Good morning, everybody. Yep. I'm on Restream, so I don't know if it's even going out there yet. Let's see. I'm looking. I don't see it on my YouTube anywhere. Maybe it's not going out. Let's see. Cat, you better quit. Squirt gun go. We're stop this morning. You're all fired up. You're going to get squirted so much today. Yeah. It shows I'm live now. Cool. And then what? Let's see. Copy link. Type message. See what we got here, guys. There we go. Good morning, Jody. I'm on the Restream thing, so I have no idea if it's even working good or not. We'll see. I don't have any time left on what you call it. But I gotta get a Red Bull. I'll be right back. I was just trying to get this set up, and I accidentally hit the uh, go live button. And I didn't want to end it because I figured if I ended it, I'd have to start all over again. So I'll be back. Oh man, are you kidding me? I didn't think so. Another day in paradise, man. I think it's gonna rain today. But I got work I need to do anyway, so it's probably not a bad thing. Okay, where are we headed? Red Bull. That's where we're going. Get a Red Bull to start our day. Oh man. I had a friend come over and help me cut the dog's nails last night. I gave her 4 of those pills the vet gave me to kind of knock her out or whatever, and it didn't do nothing. It was hard. We had to wrestle her around and finally got him cut. She just does not like anyone to touch her feet. And one of them, I mean, just because she moves around so much, you know what I mean? One of them, we got a little close actually, and she bled a little bit. But what do you do, you know? They were so long, they had to be cut. I actually just woke up and I thought, man, I'll go live today. I went had to see a house yesterday. I thought, well, I'll try the Restream thing again, see if it works or not. And it seems to be working. I can see it on my YouTube channel now, so it's at least it's out there. But we'll see, I reckon. Oh man. It's a great I'm gonna get another Red Bull. I just got the small ones. Reaching into the side. And the bad part is though, now she's still drugged up, you know, from the medicine yesterday. Or it was like it was I don't know, it's 5 o'clock when I gave them to her, so she's still pretty high right now. There we go. Get my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Da, 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 da. Is it not very clear, is it? Huh. I don't want to turn this light on up here because if I do, man, it's bright. I guess I can turn that on and see what happens. I could turn it on and see what happens, I reckon. Let's see what it looks like on the actual channel real quick, though, before we do that. Yeah, it's a pretty crappy picture, isn't it? Huh. I think the cat's bothering the dog. Hold on. We'll try turning this light on and see what happens, but this light's really bright. It's like, I told you to quit. Come on, little guy, lay in here so we can squirt the cat when it bothers you. I looked over, little guy running around with two busy bones, one sticking out each side of his mouth. I'm like, dude, where did you steal the other dogs or what? We can't have this. Oh goodness. And then yesterday, Mom was talking all morning like this was Thanksgiving week, so I was figuring in my head, oh shit, I got stuff I got to get done then. Until I finally pulled the calendar up. I was like, Mom, Thanksgiving's next week, which is really helpful. Believe me. Let's see. Okay, what are we trying to find here? I know what I'm looking for. I'll remember it when I get there. There it is. There we go. 5. Okay, that's what it is. There we go. All right. I had to send somebody a text. Bob and Doreen, family. Well, good morning, guys. How are you? It's good to see you. I do not know. Okay, yeah, you got a wrench on the. So you can't see on the live stream. You can't see if they're blue or not. But I got the YouTube thing up over there, and it shows that you are. How's everybody today? I guess I got lucky. I seen the house yesterday. It's raining a little bit right now. It's like sprinkling, but it's going to rain today, and it's a cold rain. Because this house, it wasn't a real big house, but it was a little house a guy built onto, and it had some kind of like corners and stuff, and it would have been a pain to measure in the rain. But he was a cool old guy, and he lives in one of them neighborhoods that kind of like my town here, where when the factories were here, those neighborhoods were full of nice homes, and people took care of their stuff and everything. Well, the factories left, so they a lot of the properties are now rental properties and stuff. So he's got this really nice house with a great yard and everything in a neighborhood of. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll do the market research, but I'm hoping there's a couple neighborhoods around him that still have good value, because his house is nice, and I hate for him to be penalized because of the neighborhood. You can always tell around here a guy who's retired from the factories. That you had Chevrolet, Delco Remy, and Warner Gear. They all have new pickup trucks, because even after they retire, they still get to buy their trucks at the dealer cost, the employee discount or whatever. And like my uncle would get one every year. He would buy it, pay on it part of the year, trade it in, and 9 times out of 10, he made money off the one he traded in. And I can remember him saying one year the year before, he got like a really nice truck. It's all tricked out and everything. And the next year when he went to trade in, he got a truck that wasn't as nice, didn't have, hello, Jenny Lane, how are you? Didn't have as many features and stuff, I guess, for whatever, lack of a better word. But when he got done, the dealership had to write him a check for some money. He laughed. He said the dealer guy was like, I have never had to do this before. But so, and when I pulled up, this guy had a nice brand new pickup truck in the driveway, and it's over in the town next door that had it had a Delco Remy plant. I don't know how many thousands of people it employed. At least 15,000 people, I'd say, if not more, because it had 3 different sections to it. Oh, yeah, the cat is so fired up this morning. She's going to die. Hold on. There you go. Hold on. You quit knocking this off like that. There you go. See? There. What I done is I took one of them uh, rattles, little 2 round ball rattles you put on your line, and I tied them on a piece of string that he had a little thing that hung down, and it would bounce, had a string on it, and it had feathers on it. Well, those didn't last a day, so I tied those little rattles on the bottom of it, and she digged it. She's getting real big, but some days I like, should I really have got this cat or not? I do not know. I don't I don't know if you can pin your invite thing like you do on what you call it, StreamYard or not. I think it gets to be winter time. I'm gonna, I'll go back to 5 days a week. I think if I can, and so I'm gonna have to get StreamYard again if this doesn't work very well. But $44 a month they want. Hello, hello, hello. Misplaced country girl, bright and early this morning, but I don't. $44 a month, man, that's crazy money. So I don't know. And I can use this one for free, I think, with unlimited hours. I don't know a whole lot about this, but from what I can tell, it isn't any different on. I'm looking at the YouTube channel to see how it looks and everything, and it looks all right to me, So I don't really see any drawback from using this one as opposed to the other one or whatever. It is pretty cool. It's got my little picture of my little guy down here in the bottom. I didn't notice. That's cool. Hey, Gabe, good morning, buddy. Keith Urban called and said he's going to be suing you for copyright. I'm just passing the word along. I don't have nothing to do with it. How you doing, man? How's church going? When I watch your baptism, your preacher looks pretty cool, man. It's awesome. Oh, man, I forgot. Oh, is it really? I'll be watching then. That would be cool, especially if you could get in and it would lock you in for a year at a lower price. That would be really cool. Because usually the appraisal stuff usually slows down about Thanksgiving, and it's usually historically it's kind of slow until after February. Once the first credit card bills from Christmas roll in, people start, oh crap, so they'll look to refi or something to pay the credit cards off. So we'll see. That would be real cool if they had a special. I'd be so stoked because like I said, in the winter time, I'll be going back to 5 days a week just because there ain't nothing to do, and I hate winter time. HP True Vision HD camera. Well, it ain't very clear. I know that. Look at that. It's a bad picture. It's off my laptop camera. So we'll see. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette, and I know people don't like it, so I'll kill the camera out. Nice, dude. I'm so glad. It was nice to see you get baptized, dude. I was reading an article about baptism the other day and the importance of it. And I've been, I probably have more free time than the average person does just because of the nature of my job and crap like that. You know what I mean? And there's no reason I shouldn't be able to spend at the minimum a half hour a day reading the word. There's no reason I shouldn't be able to. But I'm doing all right, man. Mom's driving me nuts. She had an appointment for a CT scan at like 2 in the afternoon one day, and she gets up and she doesn't feel good, she says. and then wants to cancel the appointment, which in turn made me have to get a hold of the Central Indiana appraisal people and cancel theirs also. You see what I mean? Because they were going to see her after it was done. And then I haven't called and rescheduled them yet, but she had an appointment with the pain doctor to go see. They were doing it where you done it, over the phone or whatever that's called. And evidently the government doesn't like pain doctors doing them virtual over the phone or whatever. So they had to quit doing it, the doctor said. Which the doctor made out, hey, John, good morning, buddy. The doctor made out like a scalded dog because he's on the phone with her, 10 minutes maybe, and they get to bill the same amount anyway. Good morning, D. It's so good to see you today. Who's that skinny guy you was jumping up and down with in that video the other day? You better hope Chad don't see that. But so it's like, Mom, we've got to go to these appointments. And I did tell her, though, if you're not going to do these appointments, then don't be complaining about your hip hurting. I said, because I'm trying to get it fixed. Keep, fighting me all the way around. There goes the neighborhood. Dog and I, good morning, buddy. But yeah, so it's been kind of frustrating. And I ain't even going to worry about my car. If the axle goes, whatever. I'm done worrying about that. Yeah, I don't know. You guys are you getting that rain, Gabe, out there? I just watched the news clip today, man. It was pretty gnarly. A lot of mudslides and stuff. I know, D. And then the one where his hair grows out, that one kind of freaks me out. I had to clip it off and click it back on again. I was like, that's scary. AI is a scary thing, man. I'm telling you. I don't think we understand how bad that could be abused. You know what I mean? The AI stuff, that's a bad idea, man. They probably should have slowed down on the release of that, maybe not a little bit at a time. It hasn't. Yeah. The thing I seen, man, there was cars literally that were going down the road and the mudslide come across and they were all stuck in mud about halfway up the wheels, just stuck right there. And they weren't going nowhere. Then I thought, you got to get out of the car and get out of there in case there's more mud coming. You know what I mean? So you'd had to get out and walk through that mud to get away. Yeah, the hair one is hilarious. I'm like, man, that's why. But like I said, the AI is scary. I laugh. I chat with some people, some women, and on Facebook, they're horrible. You get these there's so many scammers on there. It's hilarious. I laugh when it happens now, and a lot of them are using AI evidently because they'll send what is it? Is it a friend request or something like that? Whatever it's called, and I just click yes. I don't care, and then they'll start sending you a text, and you can tell they're AI by the verbiage that it uses. You know what I mean? That it's either a person using the AI to type their message or it's an AI thing or something. I don't know which, but I always tell them that message sure has an AI tint to it, doesn't it? Thank you. Go away. But I just laugh and I think, man, there's a lot of people out there that fall for that stuff. Hey, morning, Uncle Lou. And I can see it getting seriously abused. I don't know. Maybe I worry too much. Oh, does it really? It rains like that every November? Well, and then you got, they'll cut a road through a place and there's no vegetation on the hillsides that will hold that hill together. You know what I mean by that? And then the rain comes and it just slides away because there's nothing to hold it in. There's no root systems to hold it all together. I did see a sad one. A guy his wife and his 7-year-old daughter, I think it was, uh, were on a beach somewhere and got swept out to sea. The the mom got rescued, but the dad and the little girl, they found the little girl's body a couple hours later. I can see John pulling. Oh, John, I can see John pulling that off. Get some old lady to send him money, but I forget, and I know the place because they surfed there. I can't remember, but the policeman said it was, well known for, sudden big waves coming in out of nowhere, and catching people off guard. But how horrible for that mother who lived that her daughter and her husband, passed away, and all went down to see the beach in the rain. Maybe that's telling you not to be going to the beach in the rain. I don't know. John, everything on the internet is true. Everything is true. Hmm. So this is not Thanksgiving week now, which is good to know. And I got to totally rearrange everything. I think I got to see another house Thursday, maybe. What's today? Tuesday? Today's Tuesday, isn't it? Let's see here. Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Oh, I got to go to the VA today at 1:30 for a cognitive test. I'm They're going to do a CT scan and cognitive test at the VA hospital in Marion the 3rd of December. And I guess the lady said the cognitive test is like 3 hours long. I, I don't know what that entails, but, and it's not, like x-ray test or nothing like that. It's all, I think, memory and coordination and stuff. But anyway, I've been having some really, really bad problems with my memory. And so I uh, made an appointment when I had my physical last week for my yearly physical. They draw blood and tell you that you're fat and you need to lose weight. And I was telling the doctor about it. And I don't like this doctor lady. I'm going to get a new doctor. I don't like her because she doesn't, I don't know. She hurries. You know what I mean? My other doctors at least take the time to talk to me. This bitch hurries. And I'm like, don't hurry me. I'm the one you're here to serve. Hell yeah, the world is in a good place. But anyway, I told her about I was having memory issues, and she kind of blew it off. I said, well, I've had a few concussions in my life, and they done a CT scan a couple years back. She said they did. I said, yes, they did. So she goes through my record and looks and sees it, and then sees that it was a possibility I had a minor stroke a couple years before that. And then she all of a sudden got interested. Oh, okay, well, we probably ought to get you set up for CT scan and a cognitive test. I'm like, if I was telling you to begin with, lady, come on. Yeah, mine's been bad, Gabe, but I had a bad week the other week, man. Like weird, not I don't know. It's really hard to explain that. I don't even know how to explain it. I just seemed like I couldn't organize my thoughts to, I don't know. It's really hard to explain what it feels like, but it's the first time it worried me enough to tell the doctor, hey, we need to look into this a little bit, maybe. Yeah, I just, and it, like I said, it worried me a little bit. I was like, this is not, for one, I'm not 25 anymore. And people younger than me die of stuff that, so I was like, man, I better take this stuff a little more serious. So the next time I go to the VA on the 3rd, I'll do my Suboxone people at 7:30. At 8 o'clock, I'll do the CT scan, and then at 9 o'clock, I'll go to the 3-hour test thing. Oh yeah, that's daily for me, Gabe, no doubt. Well, the one I forget, and it seemed like about a day and a half, but it was like I would think, I'm going to go out. For instance, I'm going to go out and mow the leaves and stuff, and then I'd get up to go do it, but it was like I was having trouble organizing the sequence of things I needed to do in order to get to where I'm mowing the leaves, so to speak. I go out, check the gas, check the air, things like that. It's just things you got to do, and I just couldn't. I don't know. It's weird, man. I don't know. It wasn't good. I know this. Yeah. I asked mine when they were going to do the prostate exam. She told me to get out of her office. I was like, come on now, let's have fun. I just paid a lot of money for you to see me. At least let's have a happy ending here, since we got off to a rocky start to begin with. Mm-hmm. But I don't like this lady. But it's lucky the girl that works in the blood lab place there. I went to school with her sister, and we all used to go skating and stuff together, so she knows me. And I was late to my blood draw for this physical. It was like at 1:30, and I spaced it, so I went ahead and drove in there and asked the lady if I could go ahead and get in. And she's like, yeah, I'll call down there and see you. I said, all right, thank you. And the girl had seen my name and knew it was. Yeah, tell him come on down. And when I got down there, she said, man, don't worry about what time it says. Just come in here if you're late or whatever early. Just come in and check in and walk down here, and I'll take care of it. And I was like, well, don't be jabbing me 3 or 4 times in my arm, making it all bruised neither. She said, oh, I just done that for fun. I said, I know you did. Oh, she said I was a brat when we went skating, so she's paying me back. There we go. But I like to cut up and be goofy all the time, but this stuff here is actually kind of serious. Because I got to thinking, what happens to mom if something happens to me? I don't know what would happen, actually. Ain't no better way to be, John. Living a good life. The biggest thing you got to worry about is, do I go fishing today? And hey, that video, I had no idea you had to drive that far to get to Donkey Land, man. I like that style of that video. You showed, what it took, how far you had to go to get there. I was like, dang, man. And that was edited, so in real life, it was actually longer for sure. And then when you took off in the boat and you're cruising through there, and all of a sudden you turned and went across in lily pads, I was like, man, what do you get your prop all wrapped up with stuff? Oh man, I had a vasectomy when I was in my 30s, and same thing, they have to shave you, right? Oh man, are you kidding me? I was like, couldn't you send the fat ugly lady in here and do that? Exactly. Where do I go fishing is the question. I don't know. Life's funny, isn't it? So I've got to go to the VA at 1:30 today. Then I'm see a house. I got to see a house on Thursday over by the Ball State campus. So that might be all right. I can read in the chat. Gas it till you hear a thud. Yeah. I did see, was somebody fishing during that tournament the other Saturday or whatever, and they said that boat was running along, all of a sudden it clanked, it run into like the shallow water or whatever and was stuck. I think it was during the tournament the other day. I can't remember. But it was a big boat and it was stuck and it wasn't going nowhere. Dude, I'm turning work down. It's that busy. I mean, if there was two of me, I could make a bunch of money right now. There's so much work coming in. I guess it's from they lowered the rates or something, which was finally. Try Gemini and Google Chrome. No, I don't want to try nothing. Leave me alone. Don't change nothing on my damn computer. But yeah, and it's funny because I don't know, the last 4 or 5 years, all I've done is purchases. Nobody's been refining because the rates were so high. Well, now all I'm doing is refis. Yeah, it is good. People don't realize real estate stimulates the economy, especially purchases. You got people buying houses. 9 times out of 10, the person that bought the house will go and buy something at, say, Lowe's or something like that. You know what I mean? So in turn, it stimulates the area around by the house selling. It creates more revenue and more employment. I can't get my thoughts together because I would say it a lot better if I could think right today. But I can't think right today. You feel stimulated? Yeah, I've been known to have that effect on people. I didn't know I had it on men, but I guess it's all right. What happened to the thing? Wait, there it is. That's what I'm looking for. Oh wait, what'd that say? Okay, I thought it said you had to upgrade to invite people to come up. I was like, I don't think so. Now I'll go over here and see if it lets me pin it over here. Yes, it does on the YouTube side. I didn't know that's what controlled that. Cool. All right. But yeah, and what month is it? November. See, they should be starting to use the new appraisal forms and stuff here before long. I thought it was supposed to do like the alpha stage rollout in November where you would start seeing a few of them come around. I took the class and it doesn't look that well. Yeah, it does. It's completely different from what we do now. And think about it. Have you ever filled out like a PDF online where someone would, say you're applying for something, maybe it's on the government website or whatever, and you download the PDF and has a little blue lines where you can go in and type information, right? Well, that's what the appraisal software is like now, where you have lines and you go in and type different stuff in. Well, the new software is entirely different. It just has drop down boxes for, I don't know, how would I explain it? I don't know, I'm drawing a blank on it. It's not a good time for them to be changing it. I know that. And then I got a hold of my software company because the best I can tell, you have to have a different software format to run this program and run these forms and stuff. And I'm like, naturally the software company's providing it or they're in the process of doing it, but is it going to be included or am I going to have to buy it also as an add-on to the one I got? Lines on the mirror and lines on their face. She's looking kind of, yep. I know the song. I'm trying to remember the next line, Dagnat, but I can't remember it. Damn. Eagles song, right? Caught up in the race or something like that. Anyway. So I don't know, man. Everybody got stretch marks, man. Oh, there you go. She pretended not to notice she was caught up in the race. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I got the caught up in the race part. I couldn't get the other part. Well, but at least all the animals crashed now. The cat finally laid down and went to sleep after an hour of going nuts. Fast food chain owned by ex-NFL star Drew Brees is one of America's fastest growing. Let's see what it is. From Takeout Magazines, I guess that's an industry publication for the fast food business. Which one? Small Sliders? Is that the name of it? Never heard of it. Smalls, SMALS, Smalls Sliders is the name of it. Okay, never heard of it. So it'll be a decade or more before Indiana ever sees it. Drew Brees is selling some small sliders. Life in the fast lane is sure to make you lose your mind. You know, man, if you think about the Eagles, that band had so much talent in it. And my favorite's Joe Walsh. He was on an interview with Bob and Tom one time, and he's out there. And they were talking about a tour or something. I think Bob Cavoyne said something about a tour he'd seen him on, and he was laughing. He said, "Oh, yeah, man." He said, "You know what? I don't even remember that tour." He said, "We had a good time, though. That's all I know." I'm like, he's so far out there. What's your small slider? Yeah. Yep. But if you do something like that, you got to realize when it comes to restaurant type thing, say goodbye to your weekends because they won't exist no more. You know, not when you're starting out anyway. You know, maybe after 10 years or so and you get things rolling and you have good management and stuff like that, you can probably count on weekends coming back, but not for a long time at the beginning. Hey, Ernie, good morning, buddy. It franchises probably have less failure rate than regular, you know, like people who open a restaurant or whatever, they got about a 90% failure rate. I lost my license, so now I don't drive. But yeah, if you can get in it, McDougal's, baby. Isn't that the one from Coming to America? Wasn't that the name of it, McDougal's? Yeah, but managers are also real good at embezzling money. But yeah, don't listen to me, man. You're young, so that's a good idea. You could be sitting pretty by the time you're my age. Letting them, you know, get you a good regional manager or whatever, and let them restaurants make money for you while you're out enjoying life. You got some doctors. So you got doctors, and then I don't understand McDowell's. Yeah, I don't understand the other one, Ernie. So you got a doctor's appointment, and they'll. I don't get the other one. Something about an auction, trailer auction, maybe. Yeah, they won't care. You know what I mean? When they start to get in their coke habit or their pill habit, they don't care. They just start taking money out of the till. McDougal's. But then again, Gabe, if you don't try, you never know. That used to be my philosophy in life. Take that stuff to auction. I load it up. Okay, I'm with you now. I wasn't around yesterday. I'd see houses and stuff, so I wasn't. And I'm usually not around much on the weekends anymore. Not since college football started. I mean, I miss most of the tournaments that started like 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning and over at 1 or whatever. I miss all those because college game day is on till noon, 8 or 9 to noon. But oh well. I started mowing leaves up the other day and realized everything I was mowing, the wind was blowing new leaves over, and I was like, "Why? Why are you even doing this right now? You might as well just wait till the wind quits blowing or the leaves are all off." An In-N-Out burger, yeah, man. There's I know of one of those here in Indiana. It's in Indianapolis, on the north side there, like 146th Street or something like that in Allisonville. Where's the auction at, Ernie? Is it I'm trying to think. What are you taking the auction off? I guess would be. It's not a. I mean, I know like car auctions, and then I know about flea markets, but I don't know what other kind of auction there is, or what you know what I mean. Home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? Yeah, for a long time it was. Yeah, and then kind of like the Dollar General store, they starting to branch out a little bit. And I honestly think the Dollar General's getting a little carried away. Where was it at? I came in one side of a small town. There was a Dollar General store. Go through the small town, go out about 2 or 3 miles, and there's another one. Like there's two of them for this one little place. I'm burning a California joint as we speak. Yes, sir. I like it. I think I want to get an AR, man. Not that I could afford the rounds to go out and shoot it, but I think I'd like to have one. Tokyo adopts a 4-day work week as Japan's prime minister prioritizes work over life balance. I thought they already had that in Japan. Huh. No, I lived up in Wisconsin. We worked 4 days, 4 10s, and was off every Friday. I liked it. Oh, did it really? Well, get ready to see one in every little any place there's more than 5 houses you drive past, there's going to be a Dollar General store. They're literally everywhere. Every little place you drive through has one now. Make your own rounds. Yep. My dad and them used to shoot trap and skeet stuff, and they had a loader out at Sonny's, and they'd load all their own shells. And then they shoot these rifles. I forget how it works. It's like about a dime sized circle from 150 yards away, I think. And in order to even think about getting in the money part of that, tournament year round and not should not, if it's not in that dime size all inside the black, you don't have a chance. These old guys shoot the eyes out of a squirrel, I'm telling you. Hey, morning, been a while, ladies. Good to see you guys. Don't worry, the water will be turned into a solid before long, and y'all can go out and walk on the ice like crazy people. Oh, the DG Market. Yeah, now see, I haven't seen them yet. All right, Gabe, man, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming in and saying hey. Appreciate it. And be careful about the mudslides. Hopefully, you bought a house out in a flat area. I'm just saying. DG Market. I'm going to have to look them up, John, because I know just a couple years ago, the new Dollar Generals around here have produce, a little bitty produce section. You know what I mean? And in fact, that's where I got my little tangerines at the last time, and they're really small, about the size of a golf ball, but they got great flavor. Speaking of which, I will have to have one here in just a little bit, I reckon. 6:30 already. Time flies so fast, man. I don't know what I was in the stop and go or whatever type place yesterday to get a fountain Mountain Dew, right? And this lady is getting a pop there too. And you just mindless chatter or whatever. But she said something. I told her about my slowing down after turning 50 and not getting in a hurry whatsoever. And just it's starting to take life in and enjoy it more because it has went so fast. And we were talking about how fast life goes by. And she looked at me with the most serious look on her face. She said, "You have no idea how bad I needed to hear that today. Thank you so much." And I was, okay, glad I could help. Oh, that's a good idea, John. I will do that today. Yes, sir. I like that idea. Yes, that's a great idea, actually. Right along with my frozen Mountain Dews. Which the worst thing they ever done is start selling that. What is it, like a 1 liter instead of a 2 liter bottle that freezes perfect to slush? It's if you keep an eye on it and take it out at the right time, it's awesome. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The warm water soda, so you can get it to pill. Yep. Yeah, that's a great idea. Never thought of it. Oh crap! I forgot. I better check my email because some reason one of these people I do appraisals for, the reviewer will send a revision request in at like 1 in the morning. And I'm like, if you send her an appraisal and supposedly, you're supposed to reply to them within 2 or 3 hours when their revision comes in. We've updated our Google One term services. I don't think you did. I think you're a scam. Let's see. Google One dash no reply at google.com. Yeah, no. Okay, enjoy. Go ahead. Yeah, the grape thing you told me about. That's a pretty good. That's pure stoner technology right there, man. You know what I mean? Freezing grapes and freezing tangerines. That's like, especially if you live in a hot climate. That's like, yeah, we're gonna make these cold. Because I know when I used to race dirt bikes, I would keep the green grapes, the seedless ones. You know what I mean? And I'd have them in the cooler, just ice cold. And after the race, after I drank some water and stuff, I would eat them ice cold grapes, and they were awesome. I don't know what they done, but it's kind of like replenishing your body with some sugar or something. Florida Stoner ideas, yep. They should patent some of them. Oh man, it's gonna be a long winter. But I need to get all the Social Security people and get that started because I think March, turned 62 in February, and I think I can start taking Social Security in March. And I'm not waiting until I'm 65. I'm definitely not waiting until I'm 61 or 67 or 70 because I may not make that. So I'm going to start taking it now. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not going to lie to myself, dude. I'm not quitting Mountain Dew. Me and my doctor have that discussion every time I have a physical. I'm like, you know what? I gave up alcohol. I drink very rarely. I gave up most drugs. And the only thing I got left is Mountain Dew and cigarettes, and I'm not giving them up. Yeah, see, I'm with you. I'm in the making my Mountain Dew slushy now, and I'll never go back. Although sometimes, if you don't keep an eye on it and it gets a little too frozen, it will when you take the cap off, it will gush out and make an explosion if you're not careful. And then you may have to spend the next 30 minutes wiping everything down with a wet washcloth that got Mountain Dew on it, like everything in the kitchen. So now, when I undo the cap, it's got a dish towel over top of it, and it's down in the sink. Things I learned this year. Trying to remember. I can't think of anything. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Text my number one fan and tell him I'm live today because he texted me using. He said we should go live. I'm like, well, I am live. Oh, okay, I didn't notice.
Thank you, Mike S. Finally, a black comedian that's willing to tell the truth.
Where the hell did that come from? Okay, there it is. I'm sorry, hold on. Yep, yep. Remember when you could get them out of the pop machine and they were 16-ounce glass bottles? Cantrell's Barbershop had pop machines out front, and his in the summertime were so cold they'd come out slushy, and I'll never forget it. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, man, slush. Ooh, I love them. I don't like the slushes that are in the gas stations or whatever nowadays. Remember, they used to be like little ice balls or whatever, little ice granules, I guess, for lack of a better word. Uh, Slushies or whatever, ices, whatever they call them. Well, now I don't even know what they are. You fill the glass up and it feels like it weighs maybe an ounce heavier or something. I don't know what that stuff is they put in them. Where is it? A kid that bought my boat. Uh, he didn't have the right ball on his hitch. He had, I don't know what it was, but it was too big in it. And the trailer took a 2-inch ball, I know, because that's what I had on my receiver. So I told him, I said, here, let's just take my receiver out and put it in yours, and then just, get with me and we'll get switching back together or something, because I still have the title to give to him. I had to go through a bunch of crap to get a title for it. And he come by Saturday, I think it was, to get because I still had the stickers, the 25 stickers to go on each side, and he was going to take the boat out. Well, he needed stickers. And I said, can I come by and get those? I said, yeah, man, come on by. Well, he stopped at Farm and Fleet or somewhere and bought me a whole receiver with a ball and everything on it, brand new, and give it to me. He said, here, man, I didn't feel like taking that one off my truck. I was like, you didn't have to do that, man. No, here, you can just have it. I thought that was nice of the young man. I don't remember. Oh, man. Maybe I'll just retire and go to an old folks home, a veterans old folks home. There was one up in Wisconsin we wired. Actually, we were wiring it when 9/11 happened. And it was cool. Sit on a lake and everything. And I thought, man, I could come to this place and live. So I thought that would be cool. In fact, we were wiring it when 9/11 happened, and I was picking the guy up from his house to head there when I walked in and seen it on the news. And we stayed there for a little bit until we seen the second plane hit. And then like, come on, man, we better go. It's getting late. And then when we got there, all them old vets was sitting in like what we would call the day room in the Army with the TV, and they were all talking just like Pearl Harbor. I'm telling you, it's just like Pearl Harbor was. They were fired up. Bitcoin is $90,841.61. I used to drive by back in the early 2000s, this place, a couple times a week up Keystone Avenue, and there was a little shop, and that little sign said, buy Bitcoin, stop in and learn, or something like that. And I never did. Now, just think, had I stopped in there, and Bitcoin was probably, I don't know what it was when it first started, not very much. Let's say it was $25 a Bitcoin. If I'd have put $1,000 in that, just think where I'd be sitting right now. I wouldn't be doing any appraising. I know this. But I never forget because there were a couple times I almost stopped, you know what I mean? And I just like, nah, man, you ain't got no money to waste right now. Don't even worry about it. Okay, I think we're caught up now. But I'll never forget that. That's one of them missed opportunities in life. I'll never know why it happened. I was so damn close. Hey, Nubby, good morning, buddy. And that's one of them. I was within 2 minutes of stopping in a place that would have changed my life forever. Morning, Rusty. I guess it just wasn't meant to be, though. To activate chat, please enable channels here. I don't understand what that means. I can see chat fine. I'm pretty sure. Morning, Gavin. Good to see you, buddy. And there was another one I missed, a good opportunity that I would have made a bunch of money on had I listened. I just can't remember. But yeah, the Bitcoin one, I'll think about that for the rest of my life because man, I'm telling you, it was within a split second decision of stopping, and I didn't. I was on my way back home after seeing a house on the south side of Indy. I didn't really have. There was no reason I couldn't stop. You know what I mean? I didn't have anything I had to get to or nothing. And I don't know. Wish I would have. Which I would have probably cashed them in when they got up to $20,000 of a Bitcoin or something. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have rode it out this long, or maybe half of them. I don't know. But I know I wouldn't be worrying about an axle going out on a Buick Enclave. That's for sure. Because I'd turn that into a demolition derby car, a heartbeat. Oh no! I go. That sucks. Better get me a couple little oranges while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, looks like it's sprinkling out there. Yes. Yes, we did get those in there, didn't we? Yes. Markman, Brian Whitmore, good job, good job. Give yourself a pep talk. Oh, goodness. Little bitty baby tangerines, man. That's what they are. Baby tangerines. But the bigger tangerines I got at Walmart last week or whatever, they weren't very sweet, man. In fact, I throwed half of them away because they just weren't very sweet. Yeah, yeah. I pulled that place up yesterday evening, and it's only about, I don't know, an hour and a half from me, maybe an hour and 45 minutes. And I looked at it via the satellite. It's not a very big place. In fact, it looked like kind of, you know, not a campgrounds where you have uh, electricity and stuff like that. It looked like a primitive camping. That's what I'm thinking about. Gay Barnes says it's not a bar, man. It's a park. Pickle Park across the river from Cincinnati. J Dog's the mayor. I know he can hear me now. If he's awake yet, he may not be awake. Who knows? Let's see what we come up with these. It's a new gamble every time you get some tangerines nowadays. I found you may get good ones and you may get like these here. They aren't peeling very well, so I got to scrape all that white crap off of them, which sucks pond water. J Dog knows all about Cincinnati. I know that one time we were fishing across the river from Cincinnati, me and him and Eric and Curtis. It was about 1:30 in the morning or so, I guess. Man, you could hear gunfire going off in Cincinnati. I'm like, yep, like the bar's closed. Someone's getting killed. And then it dawned on me that they didn't sound that far away. You know what I mean? Like, well, maybe we ought to be a little cautious here. But yeah, there's some places around Cincinnati you don't want to go. I know that. It's as bad as Indy is now. Indy's bad now. Uncle Lou, listening to their scannery, was telling me last year, and it's Indy's bad. I won't even do appraisals there no more. Well, not inside what's called the loop. The 465 goes all the way around Cincinnati. It makes a big loop around it. And I won't do an appraisal inside that loop. I'll do some on the outlying areas, the suburb type places. But I won't do anything in town. It's just too risky. And I definitely wouldn't go there and take pictures of comps. Pull up, stop, and take a picture of a house you're apt to get shot from interfering with somebody's exercise of free enterprise. I remember I worked at a cable company. We got called out to the projects one time for an outage at night. And we had this signal meter that you'd hang up on the cable line. You'd open the lid, and it had like a lit up screen, almost like a laptop, right? And you'd punch things in, and it would show you all the different levels and crap. And it was at a corner, right? And we're up there, and there's a guy standing down on the corner. And my buddy because we'd go out in twos to that place. We wouldn't go out by ourselves. He puts the signal meter up there, opens it up, and starts typing in stuff. And we're like, look, man, he got a TV, or he's recording us. I bet you he will. Let's shoot him out of that truck. I was like, get in the truck, dude. Let's go. We'll come back in daylight and fix it. They just ain't going to have no cable tonight. Because the natives were restless. We were rewiring them buildings one time, and be like 4 buildings, and it made like a quad area inside. In the inside of them was like a little playground, stuff like that. And they always hung out on the back porch cooking and stuff. And there was a liquor store right on the corner, the Fort Wayne Road and Willard Avenue. It was right on the corner of the liquor store, and someone had stole a keg out of the truck when it pulled into the liquor store. And about 6 or 8 guys there behind it in that quad area where you can't see from the street or whatever, and they're trying to figure out how to get beer out of this keg because they ain't got no tap or nothing. And all of a sudden, one guy says, "Hold on, man, I'll show you how." And he pulls a gun out and shoots the keg twice. Like, let's go, guys. We'll come back and finish tomorrow. We're done for today. Naturally, beer was squirting out in the air and everything. I was like, yeah, we probably shouldn't be around here much longer. Went back to shop, and my supervisor, "What are you doing, man?" I said, "Well, they were shooting kegs open when we left. I figured it was probably a good time to leave there." I said, "We can clean trucks out or something the rest of the afternoon." And they would tell you couldn't carry a gun. The technicians that go out at night, you know what I mean? So, "Oh, no, you're not allowed to carry a gun." I was like, "Okay, that's fine. Right. I guess I'll lose my job, but I'll still be alive." I even told my boss that. I said, "Dude, I'm taking my pistol when I go out at night. I don't care what nobody says." He was like, "I always did." I was like, "I figured you did." And I had some old man one time. I was at a intersection. It's kind of in the neighborhood, but kind of busy intersection. You know what I mean? And, I got my cones out and my flashers and everything on. And I'm up in my bucket truck, and this guy comes up to the 4-way stop, and he's agitated about something. And he finally goes around me and pulls in front of my truck, stops and gets out and starts raising hell. "Just do any way you want to. What the hell? You just park anywhere you want?" I looked at him. I said, "Dude, I got about 5 2-pound wrenches up there. If you don't get back in your damn car and leave me alone, I'm going to start throwing them at you." Where am I supposed to pull my truck at and fix this? It's freaking 11 o'clock at night, and you're in here yelling at me like I want to be here anyway. I was like, "Man, dude, I'm going to start chucking wrenches at your car if you don't get out of here." Some old drunk dude, You just park that thing anywhere you want, don't you? Which, me being smart ass me, I said, "Yeah, I usually do." Misadventures of the Cable Guy. Yeah, Nubby, it was corporate who said we couldn't carry guns. My boss, especially my original boss, Walt Brantley, that old guy was from Texas, New Mexico, Texas area. He guaranteed he didn't care. But corporate come down. No, you can't carry guns. You're out. When you get called out at night. I'm like, yeah, that's probably not gonna happen. I mean, because you got to think about it. If you're up in that bucket truck by yourself at night, you're a sitting target. There's nothing you can do. Dunk down and hope you can get the bucket truck to get down so you can jump out or something. But you're just a defenseless target then, because that bucket's just made of fiberglass. So, it's not going to stop a bullet. Good morning, Eric. How are you, buddy? I'm on the Restream thing, dude. You're welcome to come up and start driving or whatever. Man, them tangerines are so good. Can you eat too many of them, I wonder? Yep. Yep. I don't leave the house without mine either, Nubby. And then I got one that stays in the Buick all the time. And now I just started carrying my bigger one with me because things are getting a little crazier right now. So I thought probably I'd have a little more firepower. Oh, yeah. Nubby, bridges are the worst right now. It's where all the homeless people are around us in Indianapolis and stuff. Because there used to be a video, a guy fished the White River around Indianapolis, kind of close to downtown, off I think it's a 10th or 16th Street bridge, and he caught some big flatties. I was like, man, I know where that's at. So I followed the map up, the Google map up the river, and seen where the boat ramp and stuff was. I thought, man, there's no way you could pull your truck in there at night, drop your boat in the water, and pull your truck up there and park it and leave it, because it's not going to be there, or it's not going to have a window left in it by the time you get back. So I dropped the guy a message on his YouTube thing about going fishing there, and how did he do it? Did he leave his truck there, or did he have someone drop him off, come pick him up, or whatever? And he was like, oh, I won't even go there now. He said, you can't go there. He said, the whole run underneath that bridge is all full of homeless people. He said, you can't fish there anymore. I'm like, really? He said, oh, yeah. He said, it's bad. I'm like, So did you offer to give them fish? He said, I offered everything. They didn't want to hear it. Told us to get the fuck out of there because they didn't want to see us around. Thought we were spying on them. That's that, crystal meth paranoia. Good morning, Telly. How are you? Stay at Nam. I like it. Yeah, exactly. Don't drive away with the truck while you're in the bucket, what are you going to do? And we had one guy sit up, and he was up in his bucket truck, and he was at the crest of a hill, right? Technically, he should have probably called someone to come and help him with traffic and stuff. You know what I mean? But it was on a county road. It wasn't really that busy. Well, he had put his cones out and everything, and a car come up over that hill in his lane and hit the back of that bucket truck with him up in the bucket. And he said he looked back just before the guy hit him. He looked back and seen him, and he dunked down in the bucket, and it just bounced him around inside the bucket. And when the police come out, they took one of them wheel measures from the back bumper of his truck and wheeled it out to the last cone. and I forget what it was. It was 80 feet or something that it had to be behind the truck, the last cone back. He was 83 feet. He's got so, I was like, dude, you got so lucky. He said, oh, I know it, right? Because I didn't know anything about there was a certain distance you had to have your, you know what I mean? I'm sure there was some class we took that told us about it or something at one time. But yeah, he got lucky by 3 feet. Because they were looking for a way to make it the company's fault and not the guy driving the car. In fact, it was on the road, you know, Garfield, the comic strip. It was about a mile up the road from Jim Davis's headquarters, Paul's Incorporated. Of course, he worked at Mom's newspaper, interned and stuff while he was in college. And I used to have a couple posters, you know, that he drew and signed for Mom for my birthday when I was a kid. Kind of wish I probably still had those. Gators, yeah, I'll take my chances with them wild hogs. I don't know. Panthers, definitely not. That takes a high powered gun. I like cones. You got bears there too, don't you, Don? I know they did it. Oh, what was the national forest I went to in Florida? Forest is kind of a loose term. It wasn't really woods, but I know we drove in to check it out and stuff. I was down there one time with Susie. Her stepfather had passed away or something. We was down there. We was driving around, and we drove back in there, and there was the campgrounds. And a bunch of signs about you know, either string your food up in a tree or put it up somewhere. Don't leave anything out because of bears. And I was like, oh wow, I never even knew. So we were driving along, and there are all kinds of little cactuses. And I'm like, man, I'm gonna stop digging one of them cactuses up. And they weren't big; they were about maybe 6 or 8 inches tall. I'm like, I don't care. I know you can get in trouble for it, but getting me a cactus. So I get out and I get ready to start digging around this little cactus, and I look over and there's a big bear paw print right next to it. I was like, oh snap! Never mind. That's God telling me don't do this. And holding a frosty beverage with a straw in it. If I used to have a picture of that bear paw print, it's like everything else. I don't know what happened to it. The lady that was Dad's nurse, the very first nurse he had from hospice, calls and checks on us all the time, and she changed companies halfway through the ordeal with Dad and everything, but calls and checks on us all the time. Says she remembers Dad and want to make sure we were all right. And I was like, you don't have that script pad, do you? I didn't say that. I don't know how this works. If you try to come up or whatever. Okay, I see that, Rustic. I don't see where it's at though. Are you still there, Rustic? Hmm. Hmm. I heard something make a noise, but I don't see it. Where, you know what I mean? Well, like on uh StreamYard, the little square pops up or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't see nothing like that. Let's see. Is that it? I don't know. Invite guest. Share screen. And it doesn't show anywhere where you. I don't know. Now, how usually it would, a little window would pop up. Hold on, there we go, right there at the top. I got it right now. Hold on. Boom. Ah, where did it go? Shit. A little thing popped up at the top. I might have to have you do it again. Maximize. Oh, there it is. And add the stream. There we go. All it was, a little thing drops down at the top of the window there. And if you don't hit it right when it drops down, it disappears.
More Kelly.
Good morning. I have no idea where it goes. You know what I mean? So, like when you hear the little ding, if you're not looking at that minute and get your cursor up there and hit add to stream, it disappears. I don't know where it goes then.
I don't know much about
I don't either. That's why I said I was kind of lost, but I ain't got $44 today to pay for StreamYard because I'm definitely out of what was that? See, I just heard another noise.
Probably Eric.
There's me and there's you. And see, I don't see anything though.
Or John, Nubby.
I hate this man. Eric, if you just came in, you have to hit it again or something. Let me see if I can catch it.
Yeah, you can leave and hit the OK when it prompts you to, and then hit the join button.
Yep.
That's how I had to do it.
Yep. And then I seen it pop up and I clipped one. First time I missed it, it disappeared just as I got there. And then I don't know how it works. Because usually you know how on StreamYard there's at the bottom there, the little square pops up and you just clip on it.
Yeah.
Well, there ain't no little square down here.
It should have, it should say, it should be a deal down there, and it have like just a picture deals, and it say like 1 or 2, depending on how many down in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boom! Look at that, dog and I, $4.99.
Oh, well, thank you, brother. That's so awful nice of you. I appreciate it. I don't see, and this is one of them. I guess I need to open it up during the daytime and get to the point where you got to click go live, you know, and you got this screen here, but you don't actually go live.
Yeah.
And see if I can figure it out or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I'm sure, I bet they've got a video tutorial you can watch, and that's probably be the way to do it. See, there's chat, music, QR codes, caption design, some folder thing.
I mean, as far as between this and StreamYard, this has a better picture, a clearer picture than StreamYard does.
I think if I could figure out all the buttons and stuff and figure out how it works, like, you know, trying to figure out how to bring you up.
Yeah.
If I figured all that stuff out, it's not a lot different than StreamYard, and then I just go ahead and use it for the simple fact it don't cost me nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
And driving the struggle bus. Yep, that's me. I'm a struggle bus driver.
Matter. It is dark in your house. What the heck are you talking about?
It's talking about my house. It's dark in your house. Nah, dude, I don't live in the ghetto. That was one thing about some of the. It seemed like in the black neighborhoods that, especially in the summertime, when you went in the house, it was always dark. All the blinds closed. A lot of times the lights are out. Well, I come in one time from outside. It was bright and sunny, and I come in, it's dark. I can't see nothing, man. And I'm like, man, dude, you're gonna have to turn some lights on, all right? Guy turns the lights on. There's about 6 or 8 big dudes sitting there smoking pot. I was like, oh crap, how you doing, fellas? Don't mind me.
Y'all just keep your seats. I'm just here to take measurements of the house.
Yep, I'm just fixing the cable, man. Y'all enjoy.
Yeah.
Best one though, it was late on a Friday afternoon, man, and I was doing my last call, and it was down in the hood.
Buggy said he should try it in the daytime.
And I'm doing my last stop. As this dude lived in the projects, and I'm trying to lay the cable line along the baseboard, bring it around where the TV is, and there was a couch there. And I was like, here, man, I need to move your couch around this line through there. And before he could say anything, I grabbed the couch and moved out of the way, and there was a plate laying there with about probably an 8 ball and a half of Coke and a couple lines on it laying under the couch. I was like, my bad, dude. Don't worry about it. I didn't see nothing. And had it been a few years before that, I'd have said, well, hell, we might as well hang out a little bit after I get this stop done. But I was trying to be a good person then. But I bet he freaked out when I grabbed hold of that couch, first slid it out, like, oh shit, dude, gonna find my Coke. And I'm thinking, that's not a good place to put it when you know the cable guy is coming over, man. Come on.
Morning.
Yeah, I'm with you, John. I called it. I just meant in the daytime, someday I should just open it up and mess with it. But that's not going to happen.
Good morning, Kevin Henderson.
Hey, Kevin. Morning. How you doing, bud? Dun, 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 dun,
You just smelled it to see what it was.
Yeah, I just let me see. Is that what is that? Yeah, it smells pretty good. I told a story about the time this dude my brother knew, black kid, his mom worked at the mortgage office my brother's wife owned, and my brother used to get pills off of him. And when after my brother died and stuff, I had the guy's number, and I called him and told him who I was and everything. I'd never met him before, and he said, yeah, man, come on over, I can hook you up. And this apartment's in one of them places you get shot at night. You wouldn't go there at night. He even told me that, dude, don't come around here at night. I'm like, I don't got any intentions of it. But I walk in, and I never met him before, right? And he knows who my brother is. And he's going to sell me about 120 Vikes. And I come in, it's him and 2 other guys there. And then first thing he says, hey, man, you want to do a line of Coke? And there was no way I was saying no. You know what I mean? Not in that situation. I'm going to do that line. I'm going to do 2 of them if you put them out there. It's not a problem. Because he was testing me to see if I was legit or not.
And naturally, then coffee yet. I'm just having my coffee.
Naturally, then he became a Coke dealer for me too for a while. I went down, but I never found Coke to be addictive, man. Not for me anyway. I didn't like it that much. But yeah, that was one of them split-second decisions that if you said the wrong answer, who knows what could have happened.
Did you look up that camp?
Yeah. So I said I looked it up on Google Maps and looked at the overhead view, you know what I mean? And I know where it's at. I've actually raced dirt bikes kind of close to there. And it's not a very big place. It's not like a campground you would see where it's got, say a loop goes through and little camp spots and stuff you pull off on. Just looks like a little piece of land where you can pull in, almost like primitive camping. You know what I mean? No electric or anything like that.
Now they do
shower houses.
They do have camper slots there now.
Do they?
Yeah.
Huh.
And they said they had you can take showers and stuff like that. So
Oh, really? I wonder how old the
I didn't think I
satellite
said
picture I seen was. But I could see it, and I could see the creek,
he was divided
and
into
I was
something.
trying to figure out what creek it was
It's
because
whitewater.
my dad and them used to channel catfish over there,
Yeah, it's whitewater.
close to there. Whitewater, is that what it is? Okay. Because there's a place called Lawfree Creek or something like that
Yeah,
over by Friendship,
I
Indiana.
think it
That Dad and
said
them used to go.
it's 7 hours and 14 minutes from me. So if I go, I'm
Really?
staying 3 or 4 days. I ain't.
Oh yeah, you'd have to. And it's not that far from Greensburg either, So you're like 10 minutes from Greensburg probably, and you could drive in there and get anything you need.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
You could. There's restaurants and WalMarts and all that stuff in Greensburg, and it's right off Interstate 70.
yeah. And they got fire pits there. You can take a little grate and put on there, and you put
Yeah.
right on it. I mean,
Well, I guarantee you could wade fish that creek, and I guarantee you could catch some smallmouth. There ain't no doubt in my mind. I
yeah,
know for a fact you could.
uh, there's places there that's a good stretches, it's deep holes, and
Yep,
they said there's fish
yep,
in
I've
there. So
seen it.
I don't know
I guarantee you could wade
what
fish at
trick.
Little Map Spinner and catch some smallies.
That's what I got.
If
My
not,
shoulder, it's hurting.
all the casting.
I got that Argentina Dogo, that big white dog that belongs to my daughter.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
he's all healed up now, and he's gotten bigger and strong. Oh my god! My son, he
Hey,
broke his cable, and it's a 350-pound dog cable, and he broke it.
now
So he went
some
and bought
people say it's
a big chain to put on it, and he bought one of them deals put to the chain to screw the deal up to it. Yesterday, he yanked on that dude and straightened it plumb out and got off. So I said, "All right, I'll fix you." I put it, brought him in the house, found the leash. I took him out when it did. He took off running out that door and like to pull me on the ground.
dude. You got to get a pinch collar. Some people say they're cruel, but not. You don't leave it on them all the time.
Yeah,
But when you let that dog out, the big dog. I had the lab rot mix. The female weighed 110 pounds, and you could not take her out for a walk without a pinch collar, because there's no way she would drag you down the road.
yeah.
Pinch collar, walk like a regular dog all day long. That's the only way you're gonna get them to not break the leads and
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, I took him back
They
up
work.
there,
They're not cruel.
and
You don't leave a dog on one of them overnight outside. But I'm telling you, Rustic, get one.
yeah. Well, I took him out there, and I said, "I'll fix you. You won't break another clip that's ready for
Mm-hmm.
200 to 500 pounds weight." I said,
Mm-hmm.
"Okay." So I took a padlock and put the chain to his collar with a padlock. I said, "You break that, you've done something."
Yeah. Just get a pinch collar and it solves it. I'm telling you.
Oh,
I had
he's
some
got a
lady
buggy.
tell me that was cruel. I was walking my dog in Noblesville
Hey,
one
Mark.
time. Lady said, "That pinch collar is just cruel." Hey, Mark, what's up, dude? And I said, "Hey, ma'am, here, I'll tell you what, I'll take it off and put this on his regular collar and you take him for a walk. If your knees don't get scraped up, then I'll start walking him without one or her."
I'm trying to talk Buggy into if I go up there to Indiana up there to meet me up there, and we're gonna do a little gold panning.
I'm gonna do some
Buggy
wade fishing
finds some
on that
gold. He's
river
gonna find
too.
a new profession. He goes, "Oh, look here."
Yep, I'm gonna do some fishing there. I know where that's at. We used to wade flat rock over by there when I was a kid. Dad and me'd go wade fishing on Flat Rock River, and I was all for it until one time I'm wade fishing down the river and I look up and there's a snake hanging out of the tree. And I turned around, head back to church. Said, "I ain't doing that no more." Dad said, "You're all right." I said, "Yeah, you got the gun on your side. I don't have. I'm not going back out there." Because I was canoeing one time and seen one dropping the people in front of us' canoe. Fortunately, it wasn't a very deep river. It was like maybe knee deep.
Yeah,
They jumped out real quick. I don't do snakes. Alligators and snakes, they aren't for me.
yeah. Choke collars. What he's talking about? Yeah,
Sure, whatever. I call it a pinch collar. It's got the little claws. And as you pull, the claws come out and grip.
I've seen that one.
Oh yeah, not a choke collar. It's called a pinch collar. And all the way around the collar, they got little arms like this, right?
Yeah, I see that.
And as it pulls, they push inward, and it makes the dog stop pulling. Like I said, it's not something you would put the dog out and leave him with it on. It's only when you're with the dog, walking him, or if you're putting him out to use the bathroom or whatever for a little bit. But it's the and it pinches them as they pull, so they back off every time. It works great. I don't give a shit what nobody says about cruel or whatever.
Or the
Whatever.
shot collar. Zip.
On my the black lab rot mix shot collar didn't do nothing. She just shake her head like that, and I had it on high. I'd zap her and she just shake her head like that. That don't matter. And the worst part is, if she got loose, she would run around the neighborhood and she would go roll in dog poop. You know what I'm talking about? You ever had a dog do that? Yeah, roll in dog poop.
I got one that'll eat it, but I kept
Yeah,
just roll.
I take that in. Tilly done that a couple times, and I don't know what it is, but that dog there would go and come home, and her whole side would be covered in dog poop. Or she'd like rolling it and scoot along.
John said Buggy knows about choking chickens. What's scary, John, is how do you know he knows?
I'm a professional. He's seen the video.
Oh, is that how? Well, that's a video I don't want to see.
I have an instructional video out there.
John's been checking out your OnlyFans page.
Yep. He's my only
I got one fan and he's John.
Yep. He's the only paid subscriber. Oh man, I got a clean house. This place is a mess. Mom ain't been able to do much, and I've been busy. I don't know. I'm so sick of life right now. I'm allowed to get frustrated sometimes, aren't I?
I pay the $9.99 a month.
Hell yeah.
He
only got one video on it.
3 videos a month too from you, Buggy.
Got one video on it, but it's a good one.
Oh, it's worth that $9.99, huh?
Mm-hmm.
We got one video. It's a good one.
Shoot, I forgot I was sitting there eating. It's rude to eat in front of people.
Oh my goodness.
Oranges are good for you, aren't they?
My grandson loves them. He come out of the school yesterday. I went and picked him up. He had 3 oranges and a lemon. He was smelling that lemon. He goes, "Boy, I'm gonna eat that lemon."
Are you kidding me?
Have you ever had a lemon? Goes, no, but they smell so good. That's okay. Go ahead and bite into that one.
Yeah, take a big bite out of that. Here, let me cut you a piece off. There you
go. Go ahead.
Yep. I know that.
They had them in class.
Fiber. Hey, Terry B. Baja was on. Was it this weekend that it was live? The 1000 started, didn't it, this weekend?
If through it, it's hilarious.
Fast forward through it. He's going fast. Look at him. Check out this thing I found. Oh, wait. I don't got my camera on it. For $1.
Rooster Crow, huh, John?
It was for $1 at the dollar store, and it's a sponge. It's called a shoe eraser. Like the white part of your sole around the bottom of your shoe. It's made to clean them. And I think it's kind of like that sponge thing, white sponge thing that the bald-headed guy, Arm & Hammer dude or whatever makes. But I'm going to try it today. Because I thought about, I got 2 pairs of shoes I need to run through the washing machine. Oh, man. But oranges have a lot of fiber in them, don't they? I would think anyway. If you know what I'm saying, what fiber is good for. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I didn't have it in the freezer, John. I'm going to do that today, though, and see how it works. Wash it in the creek. Yep, creek. Wash with an R, exactly right. They're going to wash it in the creek. That's where I come from. And I used to call it Wisconsin. And people say it's Wisconsin. I said, I don't care. Where I come from is Wisconsin. We're going up to Wisconsin. This ain't grammar class. I seen a thing. You can send your logo and they make those iron-on things for t-shirts. You know what I mean? And they weren't real expensive. Ah, I see what you're saying. I'm pretty sure these tangerines from the dollar store probably come from Ecuador or some shitty place like that. But all I know is the bigger tangerines I bought at Walmart last week were just horrible, and I won't buy them again. I think I'm gonna stop at Fresh Market and see. I'll pay extra if they're sweet and taste good. Skeeter, how you doing, buddy? Dropped in one of your lives the other night. Do you really? That's cool. But I thought about, and you don't have to order a bunch of these. You know what I mean? From that company, you can get. I think it said you can order like 3 or 4 even. You don't have to order a whole bunch. Mm-hmm. But I like these oranges, and like I said, they're good for you because of the fiber, if you know what I mean. Hmm. Sorry I'm eating this orange. I'll be down there in a second. Man, dude, I had the biggest frost we've had yet this year the other morning before last. Yesterday it wasn't bad. It's warmed up it was cold. Was it Saturday morning maybe? I forget. One of the mornings I opened the door and I actually went to get, little guy got his little cable thing tangled up and I walked out there to untangle barefoot and the deck was frosted. I wasn't paying attention. I almost busted my butt. I'm not ready for wintertime. I cannot lie about that. I am totally opposed to wintertime these days. J Dog's up.
Oh, is he?
Yep. Hey, Rowdy, morning, buddy.
Morning, Rowdy.
How you doing today?
Sorry, I had to make another pot of coffee and I had to put my beans in the crock pot.
Coach booking a trick for the 1st of December. He hooks you up about every quarter, man, and it's kind of like getting a quarterly bonus from work. Fish all quarter, and coach comes up and gives you a bonus for that. Works.
What is it, John? After about 4 or 5 fishing trips, he gets one on the house.
Buy 5, get 1 free.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
They should be catching crappie down there by now, I think.
Well, I've been watching the Kissimmee guys, and I know the crappie ain't as good as watching them catch the bluegill because they kill it on the bluegill, man. The crappie's been a little slow. They do a live thing every morning, Kissimmee, Florida,
Oh,
Lake Kissimmee or whatever. It's pretty cool. They're good. They're good guys. It's good to watch. That's where I go if I'm not live. More like 6 times a year. Oh yeah, more than every quarter. Yep. No specials. Gotta pay for that boat overhaul.
yeah. Yeah, I figured the crappie's just getting started down there. He should be getting ready to book some charters. Crappie. Now, that's what I like watching right there.
That last one was.
I mean, the bass fishing's good, but I like that watching do that crappie.
I like catching them. I don't like to eat them.
I think John's last fishing trip for crappie last year, he was live and I was watching. Man, it was.
Yep.
Good.
I don't like eating crappie. The ones I've had, the meat was mushy compared to bluegill.
Yeah. Yeah, it don't matter what time of year you catch bluegill, that meat's always firm on them.
Yeah. And then I always, when we're loading up at the boat ramp, most state parks have a fish cleaning station, and we load up at the boat ramp, pull boat up in the parking lot, and I'll have a cooler with ice in it, and I'll get in the live one, put all in bluegill in that cooler with ice before we go clean them, and it makes it so much easier to clean them.
John said we're going to do some more live this year. Yeah, you had some good live last year. I was up.
Yeah, the crappie fishing ones are cool. Although if I go crappie fishing, I want to cast out with a bobber. When the bobber goes under, I want to reel it in. You guys are after numbers, though, I understand. For one, my head would spin trying to watch that many rods.
Morning, 205.
Morning, buddy. Eric tried to come up, and I can't figure out how to do it. I don't know, because Rusty come up, and you got to click on the black line real quick when they come up. Otherwise, it goes away. Yeah, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? Now, the fish cleaning stations at the state parks are nice, man. You know, they got a
wild action. That's Eric would say.
You know, it's got like a trough, and it's got one of them water hose squeeze things where you squeeze and it cleans everything off, and it's got a disposal, and you just scrape all the fish guts and stuff in there. And then all these years over at Blue River, I've been going over there catfishing and stuff. I never knew they had a fish cleaning station. I seen it the last time I was there.
Right on the dock. Yeah, that's where all the gators hang out.
Exactly. Yep. There was an old guy at the Salamone, old retired dude. He was a drinking man, but he'd put his pontoon every year in the end dock there. It's where he had a pontoon out every year. He'd fish off the side of it out in deep water. And he'd go out there every day for 2 or 3 hours and catch crappie, and he'd clean them and throw the carcasses overboard. We could go there and catch catfish at night.
Hey, John.
Gators do all the cleanup.
They have gator season down there? Down there where you fish at, does anybody down there catch gators down there?
Hell with that. I ain't messing with gators. Anything that looks like a dinosaur's been around for thousands of years, I'm not messing with them.
That hasn't changed much?
Exactly. I'm not messing with them. They're bad. They run the show in the water. That's all I got to say. It's their house, and I'm not even going to get in it. I've seen them come up in people's boats, man. I'm like, nope.
I got one guy, he was on the back there doing something with the motor, and he felt something, and the boat shifted. He turned around and looked, and the gator done crawled up on the front of the
Yeah.
boat, and sitting there looking at him. And I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah, that's when you need a cattle prod, you know. That's what I need, a cattle prod.
We have had them catch a gator near us while fishing. Cool.
Really? Huh. And I suppose they just, I don't know how they do that. I'd roll up next to him and shoot him, what I'd do probably.
Well, they do. They pick them up and they shoot them right between the eyes behind the head there.
Yeah.
Instant.
But I'm shooting them before I pick them up. I know that one video John had last year's pretty eerie.
Oh, at them gators jumping out at the fish.
Yeah. And then there's all of them out there in the water like, no, I'm all right.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yep. That's their area. I'm not allowed in there is the way I got that figured. They got the whole gang there. They got the lookouts out on the perimeter. And when you come in, they're going to get you. They'll hit the boat and make you fall in, and all of them will eat you. They smart like that, see.
Yeah, a lot of them use bang sticks, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. I want a bang stick. See, I want a cattle prod and a bang stick.
Man, now you're starting to sound like Curtis.
Man, I watched this video yesterday on non-lethal weapons and guns. Man, dude, they got some of these like pellet type guns that shoot almost the size of a 22 thing, but they don't have any gunpowder or nothing. They have like a big air tank, and I'm telling you, man, these things were gnarly. You can carry them anywhere.
Yeah.
But then again, as far as home protection goes, you can't beat the 12 gauge. Which I need to buy some double out buck shells, and I need to figure out where to get those at.
You can buy them anywhere they sell shotguns.
Yeah, but I don't know what the number on them is. You know how like it'll have,
It'd be 0,
12 shot. Huh?
It'd be 0, 0.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be close using them sticks. Not me. I handle them long before we get close. Yeah.
Yep. That's what the 12 gauge is for.
Yeah, you shoot gator with 12 gauge, you're just gonna make him mad.
Oh, I'm talking about for home defense.
Oh, home defense, yeah.
You shoot through my walls with no problem here.
Yeah, I used to watch the videos of guys down there in Florida catching them gators like that. Man, it's like, geez. Some of them ain't as big as the ones in Louisiana. That gum, man, they are pretty good size though.
Yeah. And like I said, there's just certain things you're not supposed to mess with in life. And anyone who gets killed by a gator deserves it because you ain't supposed to mess with them.
Yeah, but if you don't do something, they overpopulate.
Oh, yeah, you hunt them, that's fine. You just don't mess with them any other way.
I mean, you got to think back in the day when the Indians lived down there, they hunted them gators and they kept them thinned down a little bit. And then modernization took over and nobody messed with them.
Mm-hmm. I know the neighborhood my aunt and uncle and them lived in down in Florida had a bunch of ponds around it, and they had gators in them. And there was this one crazy kid lived in that neighborhood to go out and swim around. Oh, I'm like, man, you're crazy. Oh, they won't bother you. You're right, said the guy that just got ate by an alligator. And then they had this neighborhood had a bunch of Italians in it. It was kind of a mafia place. And there was this one little short guy, DeGioia was his last name. And he was rough looking. And I'm thinking he was probably like an enforcer dude for the mafia people down there. And he shot a gator in his backyard, had it up on the back yard there, cutting the tail off and everything when the DNR guy showed up. Somebody called on him.
There'd be a kayaking with them things.
No way. And he told that DNR guy, "Oh, I come up in the yard near the kids, I'd shoot it." And he said, "Well, why are you cutting the tail off?" "Well, I wasn't going to let him go to waste."
Uh.
I'm guessing it was out of season maybe or something. I don't know what the law was down there, but the Italian dude, he didn't really seem to care. He didn't care what the DNR guy had to say. "Well, you're not taking that tail. I'm keeping that."
What's this one?
But the whole,
He had a big gator of wine, and soon as he got there, he was trying to wrestle it. Well, the tree limb broke. When it did, it caught the boat a certain way, I guess on the cleats or something. And that gator took off and went and like to pull the front of the boat under the water. He finally got it in there, and they measured it was 13 foot something. I was like, dang.
Oh, you're kidding me, really? Jeez, ooh. That'd be bigger than that little boat I sold.
Yeah.
It would be by about 2 feet. Yeah, that neighborhood was.
I had a buddy out there, that little boat he sold, pulled up there, someone with a 13-foot gator. He'd be a legend.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no way I'd put that little boat anywhere there was gators.
Huh.
But this neighborhood with all the Italians, man, they had the most beautiful daughters. But you didn't want to mess with none of them because you knew you'd get killed probably.
Huh.
And it literally, and I didn't know that much about it at the time, but I got older and read some books about mafia stuff, and there was a huge mafia thing in Tampa, Florida area. My uncle and them lived in that neighborhood. He sold Mercedes-Benz. And I remember about once every year or so, him and my aunt would come by and see us because they had drove a Mercedes up from Florida to New Jersey to drop it off. Someone bought it. I'm like, "Oh, really? Huh? Just dropping that off, huh?"
If a gator jumped on Apache's boat, he'd be like Jesus. He'd run across the water.
Yes, sir. I'm with you. I mean, I'm scared enough if a snake gets in the boat. I'll beat holes in the bottom of the boat trying to kill the snake. But then again, we're in their area. It's our fault for being around them.
Yeah.
And heck, I don't think they ever stopped building in Florida, man. I mean, since I was there in the 80s, every time I've been there, they're still building stuff. And like John says about Central Florida, when you get inland away from the coast and everything, there's a lot of land in Florida. Just, empty land, a lot of pasture land for cows and stuff. That's the first time I've ever seen them bulls with the long horns like in Texas. First time I ever seen them in real life was down in Florida.
See, Mark was in here earlier. I was wondering if he'd got him a deer yet.
Oh, I didn't know he was hunting.
Oh yeah, he'd been hunting. He got out of church Sunday. He was going to go relocate his blind or stand or something. I didn't know if he hunted that evening.
Well, I know when I lived up in Wisconsin, if you can't kill a deer up there, you need to give up hunting. Because
nowhere.
I never seen so many deer in all my life. That's the best part, John, living in the middle of nowhere. I was driving in Wisconsin from the little town where our cable company was to one of our systems up in the Northwoods. And I'm on this 4-lane highway, and it's like pastures and hills on each side or whatever. The evening time, I look over, and it looked like a herd of cattle was out in the field in the pasture. It was deer. There had to be 200 of them out there.
Hey, deer are weird animals. People get them on trail cams all years. Man, there's the buck I'm going after. Yeah, look at all them bucks. Look at all them deer. Yeah. gun
Yep.
season opens, they become like a unicorn.
Exactly.
They're like a
Yes.
myth. Like, did they
Yep.
really exist, or was I just seeing things?
Yeah, that's for sure. Actually, I never deer hunted before. Everybody I know has. I just never went. Looked like a lot of work to me.
I loved it. The best part of me about deer hunting was sitting in this tree stand, watching the sun come up,
Yeah, I could see that.
listening to the birds, and watching the
Yeah,
squirrels and
that part
seeing
I could get.
chipmunks.
That part I would get for sure.
Where I hunt up at the lake up there, there's a tree over there, and there was two chipmunks. Every morning there were two chipmunks running around down there.
Danny Stone got a nice one.
Got a 6 point from the shore on plastics.
Plastics, whatever that means. But yeah, Danny Stone said that his property or whatever, he just go there anytime he wants to shoot a buck. So he just, I bet he wasn't out there very long. I mean, the hunting part would be a whole lot of fun. It's that dragging them out of the woods stuff that I just don't think I would enjoy very much. Now, if I had a four-wheeler, I could go back in there and get them and load them up and bring them out. Then maybe, and I wouldn't mind learning how to dress them and butcher them up. You know what I mean? I think that would be cool to know how to do. What do they call it? I know it's not butcher them up, but
Process.
process. There you go. That's the word I was thinking. I couldn't remember. I think that'd be okay. I'd like to do that.
Yeah, you butcher a cow, butcher a pig.
Yeah, we
The deer, I don't get it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly right. I know they used to butcher a pig out at my dad's boss's farm every year. We'd go out there and they'd butcher the pig. When I was a little kid, I was always fascinated with the head. They'd have that cut that head off and be sitting on the end of the counter.
Now, field dress is when you take the innards out in the
Yeah, yeah. That's when you field dress them out in the woods, gut pile.
yeah.
And then you drag them out. Depending on how cold it is, you may have to pack them on the inside full of ice bags of ice if it's too warm.
John would put a Hawaiian shirt and flip flops on and all to the processor. And look at what I got. I got a vacationer deer.
I hate the people who don't hunt and criticize people who do. You know what I mean? For one, they know absolutely nothing of what they're talking about. You know, if people don't harvest deer every year, they'd all starve to death.
Now
So
they'd be like that blue tongue that's up there up northern and stuff like that, man. They'd get sick and die.
exactly, yep, starve to death, get sick and die, and spread disease to other animals that would eat them. Because really aren't no natural predators for them besides men.
Well, it depends on where they're at. I mean, you got
Yeah,
lions, cougars, and coyotes, wolves. Just depends on what part of the country you're in.
yeah, exactly. Like around here, I think the only thing we got around here is coyotes.
Bobcats.
Pretty sure.
That's all we got here: bobcats and coyotes. I've cleaned a few deer in my life. Yep, so have I.
I can't say that. I hadn't done it. I'd like to. I think I was thinking about that a while back. I was thinking about maybe telling Glenn, "Hey, next year, take me out. Let's go deer hunting."
Like the processor, me and my brother always took our deer too. Now they're wanting us to. They said you got to take the hide off, quarter it up, bring it to them, and they charge you the same price. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute here now. I mean, you
Really?
same price, you're gonna take the hide off.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you charge me the same price, I'd do it myself, I guess. Yeah, that's crazy. Hodeka Combat Wombat, baby. I know exactly what you're talking about. Wombat. The Hodeka Wombat.
above my pay grade.
Ah, it's a dirt bike. Wombats. Wombats. Is that like a giant bat or something? A wombat? Honestly, don't know what one is, to be honest with you. I ain't lying.
Oh, Chad got him a deer.
Did he?
Yeah.
I did not know
I
that.
think he got him a buck.
He might have AI'd that too. You don't know about him now that he's discovered AI. It's scary. You never know what you're gonna get from Chad. That's why I said it's scary. The one with his hair growing out just freaks me out. I had to watch it twice to make sure I was. The hell is? Get out of here! You're scaring me. Chad with hair and a big long goatee and stuff. He kind of looked like Fabian or whatever that uh, model guy used to be with the long hair or whatever. Spider webs and shit. Old bat-filled wombat. Oh man.
I don't know. I might go deer hunt next year. My son, he starting to get into it now. I said, boy, you're getting into it late in life.
There's got to be, Dog and I look around the shafts. You got probably what, the crankshaft coming out one side and maybe the gear shaft or whatever. There's probably a circlip or something that's on one of them and it's keeping it from coming out. More than likely, there's something you missed, a clip or something that's holding, you know what I mean, the shaft together. That's why it came out so far in it. If that's not it, then you might have to YouTube it and see if you can find someone that shows a video of it. Splitting cases is a pain. If you don't know what you're doing, that's a big pain, because if you split them the wrong way and take them apart in the transmission, all the gears fall out, you're pretty much screwed unless you know someone who knows the gear pattern and stuff. I know the old Husqvarna's, Dad and them, you take them apart, and if you done, I forget what it was, but if you done something wrong when you started them, they'd run in reverse.
Hey, there's Chad. Morning, Chad.
Goosey. Put aside the shifter and Kickstarter on is holding it. Okay, then there's something on one of them shafts. If you can see the whole shaft before, if you put the cases back together and you can see that whole shaft all the way to where it meets the case, and make sure there's nothing built up on it, or if nothing's built up on them, then I'm trying to think. So what year did you say it was? 2003? 80cc two-stroke 80, 2003. So that have reed cage. See, you got the lower, you got the case, the jug. It's going to have the reed, the box where the reeds goes in. It's got to be hanging up on one of the shafts. It has to be.
Terry said it's in gear. Take it out of gear. Look in there when you split it apart. It might have a ring, snap ring holding one of the other places.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. One of them shafts probably has a snap ring on it, because your best bet's to YouTube JR80. Yeah, an RM80. Yeah, your best bet's to YouTube it, for a video on, tearing down an RM80 motor. It does have to be in neutral or a certain gear. That's interesting. Huh. And like I said, I forget, Forstall taught me and you laid the motor over on, see if you're sitting on the bike on the right side, you'd turn the motor over on the right side and you'd lift the left case off. And that way the transmission stay, whichever side the shifter's on would be the side you want pointed down. Then you pull the case off and that transmission, if you're lucky, stays together there. And then you take them apart one at a time and lay them out the way they came off if you're smart. Yeah, that makes sense, Terry. It's got to be in neutral. Morning, Josh. How are you, buddy? It's good to see you today. Yeah, boy, I'd have to see it because I've only split cases once myself, and I had help when I done it because a prudent man knows his limitations. And a friend of mine took his apart, and when he dropped it, the gears come apart for the transmission or whatever. And Forrest was like, "You got to be kidding me!" Because he took it out there, didn't put it back together. And I noticed with him, when he takes them apart, he takes like 2-inch thick masking tape and tapes it around it so they all hold together. And, and then there's some shims and a little fork that goes in there and stuff. It can be a pain in the butt. Yes, it can. But it's a lot easier than taking apart a 4-stroke motor anyway. You got that going for you. Yep, that's very possible. Inadvertently got put in gear. I would agree with that problem. I'm gonna push it back together and see if the sprocket shaft spins. YouTube, man, I'm telling you. Even though before YouTube, every bike I ever got, I would go and order the service manual that the techs in the back uses. They were usually, back then, they were like $40 or $50. But you had to have one. Gigster, morning, buddy. You want to go out, little man? Huh? Got to go potty? Huh? It's my buddy right there. Oh, boy, the old cat was mean this morning, wasn't he? I know, that mean old cat. You're just going to have to learn to kick his butt. You want to go out? Come on. Where'd you hide them 2 busy bones you had in your mouth at? I didn't get you none. Don't turn around just because I said the word. I just wondering where you hit him at, little guy. I don't have any. He's a good boy, though. He's a good boy, though. That's a good puppy cat right there. Yes, he is. He's a good puppy cat. Yes, sir. It's been a long time since I tore a 2-stroke apart. I can remember the first time I done a 4-stroke, and I had no idea what I was doing and never done that like it before. And when it come time to take the valve springs off, I didn't have a clue, man. And like I said, there wasn't no internet back then, so I went over and talked to Forrest. He said, "Well, you got a valve spring compressor." I said, "Well, I don't have one of them." He said, "Well, you can make one then." And we took a socket and cut out about a 1/4 inch on each side of that socket. We cut it out and then used a C-clamp with the socket on top of the valve spring. Screwed the C-clamp in and it pushed the valve spring down, and you could reach in there with a little pick thing and pop the little keepers out. I didn't really think about putting it back together and how you got those little keepers back in there. All right, see you, Terry. Tell her I said hey. Good morning, Lisa. How are you? It's good to see you today. I guess we're okay. We're done with two-stroke 101 class. I always wanted to learn how to work on boats, boat motors. I like motors, anyway. Boat motors, I don't know much about them at all. So I like to learn how to work on those. Probably a little too old to be learning shit like that or crap like that, I suppose, anyway. I don't know. It's a bummer getting old, man. You ready to go out this time? You probably better go out before the rain gets here because the weatherman, I think, said it's going to rain today. What do you think there, buddy man? Huh? We'll go outside? Huh? Oh, I got you, buddy. Here you go. Here you go, little man. My little bunny man. Don't be barking at nothing neither. Phew. It's a little cool out there. Wonder what the temperature is. Let's see what the temperature be. Oop.
Yeah, it's 61 here, Buggy.
Is it really?
Yeah, there's a chance of rain every day this week.
Yeah, that's what it looked like on my forecast. It's 40 here. Looks like the high. Well, hell, it ain't going to get much warmer. 44 is going to be the high, it looks like.
Huh.
And then tomorrow it's 42 to 48. Today's got an 87% chance of rain, so I'd say it's a pretty good chance we're going to get rain
You
today.
got to do something with all these leaves. No,
Well,
no, I'm not going fishing today.
mine are wet now, so unless we get a sunny, windy day, I don't know what I'm going to do. I usually mow them up. See, so Wednesday and Thursday is only a 10% chance of rain. The high is 48 and 52. Yeah, that's winter or fall time temperatures there. And Friday, there's a 50% chance of rain. But the weekend looks good, man. Sunny and high of 53, 57, and 55. That's pretty good. I need to go fishing real bad, actually.
Morning, Lisa Elliott. Morning,
I suppose I could go catfishing out over at Blue River, but
I need to go fishing again, but I
me
got to
too.
rest up my back. That dog yesterday, like to pulled me down, hurt my back. And I'm like, hey, twisted me. And I'm like, nah, I got to rest up a few days, get over that.
Sheephead was in bed at midnight. Heck yeah.
Sheephead.
Couple hundred sheephead. No idea what they are, but a couple hundred sounds cool. Anyone see Chad's video or reel or whatever, the cast net they made? It took him and another guy to pull the net in.
Oh, you talking about had all them shad in it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like,
saying,
man, it's like Jesus with the apostles, man. Cast your net out again, and they caught so many the net almost ripped. It was unbelievable.
yeah, they come across a good school of them.
Oh, yeah, and they nailed it perfect, evidently, because I don't know how many was in there, but it was a bunch.
I don't know how big that net was, but that net looked like it was pretty good size.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. It was a good sized net, and there was a lot of fish in there, a lot.
Whoever throwed that knew what they were doing.
Yep.
It had to be a 12-foot net.
Like you said, I was thinking it's probably 6. And like you said, they nailed the school of them perfect, unless they were just in such a giant school that you could have threw it anywhere and got that many. I don't know.
I don't know, but boy, there were a bunch of them. Wasn't
And they weren't little neither. They were nice.
Blood half them.
I was wondering if he, vacuum sealed and froze how many of them or whatever.
I had the funniest visual in my head of what a sheephead looks like.
What a sheephead. Oh. Fish with a sheephead instead of like the catfish talks. The sheephead fish says, bah, bah. Come on, buddy man. I let you in. You're a good boy today.
Yeah, good
What do you think, son? What you think out there, buddy? We need to get the weed or the leaf blower out and blow some leaves off the porch, don't we, huh? Yeah, I know. We'll do that. Oh, I suppose you want a treat, don't you? Well, I don't know if I got anything here that's good for that. Let's go get you one out of the kitchen. Come on. Here you go, little man. Let's go see if Tilly's awake enough to have one. I don't think she is.
You know, I was watching a lot of videos on the go panning and rock finding and stuff for gyms and stuff like that. They got one where you can take a black light, flashlight, and go over the rocks by the water, and the ones that glow you pick up. Well, I figured I'd try that out here. Part of my drive in front of my driveway there is gravel. I went out there last night with that black light. I found two rocks that glowed.
Really?
Yeah, they glowed pink. I'm like, whoa, look at this. I brought them in, and uh, one just looks like gravel to bring in gravel for driveways, and it looked like it had a pink crystal in it. Just ain't worth nothing. It just glowed pink. Then another rock that looked completely different than that. It glowed, had some pink in it, and I'm like, well, look at this.
What's the pink mean?
It's just I forgot what they call it. The something in the rock that when you throw a black light on it, it activates the color on it. If you uh, go out on the water and you find some that has like orange, green, and blue, you want to pick them up because they might be gemstones.
Oh, okay.
And it's pretty cool. I'm gonna go out at nighttime and see if I can find something like that one night.
What? Who was this one by? It wasn't on Mercury Network also? Let's see. I forgot to log in that the inspection on this house was completed, I think. I forgot anyway. I got to see. Oh no, this one was by Merrimack. Okay. I don't even know how to get to their webpage. That makes sense now. Yeah, I think the panning for gold stuff would be really cool if you could find somewhere to do it where people haven't been. You know what I mean? I wonder if there's any way to tell, like this type of land or whatever looks promising for, whatever kind of fish it is or whatever.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That certain soils it looks good for finding gold. It's like, is it a sandy, rocky soil? In the hilly or what? You know what I mean? I just don't know enough about any of it.
I don't need a bug. I'm still learning myself.
No, did I miss a revision request? Let's see here. No, I got that revision already. All right.
Oh, I just got an isolated thunderstorm warning.
Little furry fish. Lisa, I like the way you think. Now, Gig, I want to live in my own world watching furry little fish heads bobbing in the water. I like it. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, that's pretty funny. I don't care who you are. Now, where's this order at? That far back? From Merrimack. Where are you at? There you are. Right there. Horton Drive in Anderson, Indiana. Okay, it's in, what do you call it? whatever it is. Did I put that in there? I don't know. Um, inspection completed date was set with the following message. Inspection completed. Um, maybe I put that in. Yeah, I guess I did. Huh. I don't remember doing it, updating it.
My elevator doesn't go to the top floor, but it's a fun ride.
Exactly. The floor it does stop on is the best. The seventh floor.
Oh, I get
I
it's fun.
remember the first time I ever went to the VA was the VA hospital in Indianapolis. And I had never been there because all the jobs I had before had insurance. And when I started appraising, I didn't have insurance. And I don't even know, I didn't even think about the VA. And I was talking about it. Someone said, "Well, aren't you a vet?" I was like, "Yeah, I am." Well, why don't you go to the VA? And I was like, "I don't know, never thought of it." So I go there and it was for some depression stuff, right? And I go in and I'm talking to him, and all I was wanting to do was get a refill on my antidepressants that my other doctor had me on anyway, right? So I'm talking to the lady, and she says, "Okay." And I said, "I just need to talk to someone so I can get refilled on my prescription for antidepressants." "Okay, well, we'll get you to talk to somebody." About 5 minutes later, this big dude comes and gets me, says, "Come on." I said, "We'll take you." And he gets on the elevator and we get ready to go up. And I'm like, "Well, where are we going?" I said, "I just want to talk to somebody about my medication." He said, "Oh, really?" I said, "Well, I was taking you up to the whatever floor it was where all the nut people was." I'm like, "No, that's not what I want."
Morning, Tim.
They was getting ready to take me up to the nut floor, and now, who knows? I may have never got out of there, as goofy as I am.
Duh.
And then I remember the guy said, "I thought you seemed pretty lucid for someone who needed to go up there." I was like, "Yeah, no, I don't need to go up there."
I'll be right back, Buggy. Let the dog out.
All right, and then I understood why he was such a big dude. He was the guy that took all the nuts up to the room. "Dog, how you doing, buddy?" I remember driving home thinking I could just see me going up there and then them keeping me, and I had like a story or something to read about. Guy tries 3 years to get out of the nut house. He's not nuts, but they won't believe him. That'd be me. It could be worse. You could be me. That's my favorite saying. It could be worse. You could be me. So, no matter how bad your day is, just think, man, at least I'm not Brian. No, life is funny like that, though. It's funny like that, and then you die. Oh, man, I got to see what the heat's doing. It's getting a little warmer up in here. There we go. That'll help. Whoa. Woo, yeah, it's getting warm, I reckon. Kick that off for a while. I got a lady said she'd come and once or twice a week clean the house, whatever I wanted, once or twice a week for like $50 a pop. I think I might do it and have her come once a week, and sweep and dust and all that crap that needs done that I never get done. In fact, I got to raise Cain with my son, I think. Like, man, dude, y'all don't never call me and ask me if I need anything. Don't think I don't notice that and don't remember it because I do. Yeah, I'm pretty blessed though. I got some good people in my life. God has definitely been kind to me the last couple of years, and I sure am thankful. 2025 Mazda CX 500. Okay. Are you buying it or? I got a new pair of shoes too, man.
I gotta give me some. My fishing shoes finally tore up.
Well, I had to get me a new pair for seeing houses.
I don't
Is
know.
that a good deal, Lisa? $50? I don't know anything about it, so she could, you could rip a guy like me off pretty easy. And she's a lady I know. I just probably have to put mom's medicine up just to be safe, I suppose.
I gotta make
Shit,
a. I want to pick up between 11 and 12
what kind of pickup?
groceries.
Oh, okay. Pick them up. You mean you order them and then go pick them up?
Yeah,
Man, those people that do that at Walmart, there are more of them in the aisles than anybody else.
yeah. You go up there and the parking slot's full. People waiting for groceries to come out.
I just,
I gotta
I
get
don't
my
know.
boot. He said it's sitting
I
in his
just,
driveway, Buggy.
what's that?
Tim said it's sitting in his driveway.
No kidding. Very cool.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and just buy me some rubber boots. That way I can, when I go
2025.
out there, quit getting my
I
feet
got to
wet.
Google that. Yeah, I got a pair of boots. I don't know. I bought them 3 or 4 years ago. They're not Red Wings, but they came from through the Red Wing dealer in town. You know what I mean? I forget what brand they are, but they weren't cheap. They're good boots.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to Walmart and buy some of them black rubber irrigation boots.
That's what I need to get, a pair of what we call muck boots. Yep, same thing, mucking boots. I looked at them. Some of them's like $200, and I'm like, what the heck?
I got big ankles. I can't get my feet to bend around with them in them butt boots like that. Too tight.
Huh?
Oh, white ones like they use on the boat gig. That'd be something with it.
Oh, really? It's like $200 for one. Well, see, and I got a small house too, so
Excuse me. I still got that
that's a good.
congestion, man, from that cold I had.
Huh?
My dog.
Oh, really? And see, that's what I told her. I just wanted, run the vacuum and dust and shit like that. No, you don't want you to do no laundry or nothing of that nature. And the bathroom, the toilet and stuff stays pretty clean because I'm anal about that. I guess I don't know why, but I am.
Yeah, we're staying for that somebody come clean my house. I don't like cleaning, but I have.
Well, it's impossible.
Yeah, I got to buy me some more bathroom stuff to clean my bathroom.
I'll tell you what, Mark told me, because I got well water and I get some rust stains in the sink and the toilet. And he told me this stuff called Barkeeper's Best Friend. It's like Ajax type powder stuff. Dude, man, this stuff will get rust stains out of anything. It'll get a rust stain out of a rust. It's amazing. So if you live in the country and you got a well and you got rust and you want to clean it off your sinks and stuff, I got it at Walmart. Barkeep's Best Friends, what it's called. This stuff is awesome.
Yeah, you go for
Thank
it.
you, Lisa. I agree that, that's what I got. That's what I'm going to be talking to the doctor about too with my memory stuff too. It could just be from stress. You know what I mean? Because it could have that kind of effect on you too, that your brain gets overloaded and says, nah, I better take a break. And the brain just takes a break. Yeah, the barkeep stuff is good stuff, isn't it? Yeah.
Hmm.
So I couldn't find nothing to get the rust stains out of the toilet, and I can't have that. And I was actually talking on the show one day, and Mark told me about it. Catfish crappie. And yeah, definitely good stuff. And somewhere over the rainbow, somebody's richer than me. You know, I seen something the other day about a CEO or something. I forget how much this guy got a year in bonuses and everything, but it was obscene. I'm talking, multiple millions of dollars a year. And the gist of the article was someone had written to him and they were talking about, how high groceries and everything are now. And they were like, you'd think someone, if you're making that much money, which is obscene money, that you would want to trickle that down to the employees who are actually making the money for you. Yeah, I tried iron out. It didn't work. That's when I got the Barkeep's Best Friend stuff. I'm telling you, it's amazing. I never thought about running it through the washing machine. That's a good idea. Yes, John, if you're still here, I said washing machine. I don't think he's still here though. But yeah, Barkeep's Best Friend, good stuff. And just, running the vacuum, and I need to clean my office area up here. Had it all straightened up a couple weeks ago, and now there's crap laying around everywhere again. And I don't know why I'm like that, but I'll just set stuff like I'm sitting at my desk and I have a book or something. I just lean over and sit it down on the floor next to the printer, And next thing you know, I got 5 books stacked up there, stuff I was reading about. I'm like, man, come on, dude, do better. If you need heavy duty rust, try. Oh yeah, okay, got that. And for dog stuff, Nature's Miracle. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of this stuff, but it's kind of expensive. But as far as dog pee and stuff like that, I'm telling you, this stuff is amazing. If you catch it right when it happens and put this stuff on there, it literally is gone. You never even know it happened. And I actually used it when Dad was alive and he'd, make messes, let's just say, a lot. And I would use it in the wash, and it worked real well for that, even. Mom's going to having a hard time because starting Thanksgiving next week and then Christmas coming up, and Dad died the 20th of December. So she's starting to be a little emotional. Good for dogs to get cookies. And dog ain't getting no darn cookies. He pees on the floor, I can tell you that. Yeah, so she's been kind of emotional the last few days. I knew it was coming. I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel, kind of like, oh man, it's been about a year Dad died or whatever. But I just don't, things like that just don't, I don't know what, something about my personality or makeup or something. I don't get like that. You know what I mean? I don't know why. I probably should. There's probably a emotional defect in my brain or something. Because, like, when someone dies, I'm bummed that they died or whatever. Like, even with my dad, I was really bummed he died and I miss him, but it's not like I get distraught over it, I guess, is what I'm looking for. But then again, they were married for 63 years, man. That's longer than I've been alive.
Be careful, it's supposed to rain. 11
She's
o'clock.
really having a hard time with the being blind stuff. You know what I mean? It's getting to her. It's real bad because her eyes are getting worse. You know, progressively, but not super fast. But you know, going from being able to see enough out of the side. She said it's kind of weird. It's like you can see out of the side of your eyeball. So if you look at a certain way, you can get a little sliver of being able to see stuff.
Hmm.
You know, so she could like turn the microwave on or make her a sandwich or something. Well, it's getting bad now where she can't do it. Yeah, for sure. At least that's a fact. Yeah, no doubt. And she even told me, she said, "No, I prayed God to take me every day." He said, "You know, I ain't got no purpose being here anymore." I'm like, "Mom, I understand. Believe me, I can't say I blame you. You know, that old and be toward the point where I become useless." Although I tell her, you know, she's not useless to me.
Or Denise.
But it's just, it's been the last couple of days, she's been pretty emotional about it.
Around the holidays, it's the worst.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, see, it's never, ever been the same since my brother died, ever. Because we always used to go out to his house on Christmas holiday. And he had this place out in the country that when it snowed, it literally looked like a Hallmark postcard. And after he passed away, we quit doing it. And you know, we don't see his ex-wife hardly at all or anything like that. And that we've never, it's never been the same. I mean, for hell, probably the last 10 years, we've not even put anything up decoration wise or nothing.
Hmm.
And it's really weird. And it's not because I don't want to, it's just really weird. I just don't. And I can't. It's kind of funny. Where, you know, if mom and dad were gone, it wouldn't be a deal to me. I'd just be going to Justin's anyway.
More fun fishing adventures.
Well, heck, I'd probably be living there. Fun fishing adventures. How you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. Aren't you the one that fishes with Stacy on Sundays?
Yeah, they had a good show Sunday night.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I thought. You guys, Sunday evenings, him and Stacy have a live every week,
Yep.
usually
Sunday
about
night
6
bites.
o'clock or so. What is it?
Sunday night bites.
Yep, Sunday Night Bites. And they do a pretty good live, man. Y'all check them out. Speaking of that, I keep getting told I don't say it and I need to say it enough. How about hitting some thumbs up and stuff like that and sharing it out or whatever? I just don't ever say it enough. And they, well, you probably should ask people to do that stuff. And I'm like, well, I don't usually ask nobody for nothing. And, you know, figure they'd do it if they thought, you know, it was good enough or whatever. I don't know. Just not my style. 9 and 14, cool.
Scotty, they call for rain up there around your area. They are here. Then again, it might be just south of us too. I mean, I don't know, but
Are you talking today, you mean?
yeah. So I'm wanting to get up there and fish with Scotty up there on part of Mississippi up there around Cape,
Yeah.
up there where he goes. I'm alive, live wire.
No, I don't know where. I know it's supposed to be cloudy today, but I don't know how much rain it's going to be. It's sprinkling a little bit, it looks like. You know, just a little bit, though. The deck's just discolored a little bit from moisture.
Hmm.
Excuse me, Uncle Lou, didn't mean to belch. I know how you are about that. Uncle Lou gets mad if I belch too much. I try not to. It's the Red Bull's fault. What you doing, little guy, huh? Poor old Tilly, she'll be pretty groggy all day, I'm thinking. Well, that sucks. I didn't win nothing on that one.
Been running for
Yeah.
hours, just not long ago.
It's like a desert down there. Yeah. We're still in here. We're still in almost a drought condition, even though we've had a little bit of rain. I guarantee I know all the ponds and lakes and stuff and rivers are down right now big time.
Oh,
Yeah. I bet this is going to say this is not a winner. I found these scratch off tickets laying underneath something on my desk. I don't know how long they've been there, probably 2 or 3 months. I was like, yeah, I didn't even know I had those. I could have $1 million laying there. You never know.
yeah, true.
I could have been struggling all this time, and a month ago I could have been rich. Not likely, but it's worth dreaming about. If you ain't got dreams,
If Bogey had a scratch off and he hit $1 million on it, how many of y'all in the chat now? Just chat, not Buggy. Don't say nothing. But chat, do you think Buggy would retire if he hit that $1 million scratch off? Let's see how many people say you would retire. They're undecided. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Wow.
no, they're not real responsive, are they?
No.
We know the answer to that question. I don't know. I might get bored though. No, I wouldn't. I'd be going fishing everywhere. Be
She's
like
like
Buggy
Buggy
who?
who?
Oh no, I wouldn't forget my people. I'd be going fishing with all of you. I guarantee it. At one point throughout the year, I would hit everyone's house one time. Guarantee it. The regular people that are here, that I know who they are. They're here every time I come on, and be like, "Yep, I hit all of them each throughout the year, and each one I hit, I'd bring a new pole and reel with me for them, and hey man, let's go fishing. Ah, your boat motor's messed up. Hey, let's go buy one then. You don't need that old motor anyway." That's the kind of person I'd be if I was rich.
Morning, Uncle Lou.
Well, Uncle Luke. You know, hitting the lottery would be a lot like doing cocaine. It ain't no fun to do alone. So if you hit the lottery, you might as well at least retire one of your friends so you got somebody to do stuff with all the time. Otherwise, they're all going to be at work during the day.
Hit the state lottery for multi millions. If I was to have a live $1 million giveaway, I wonder how many people I'd have.
Yeah. Yeah. And there would only be a secret way before I announced it. I'd do my show like I do right now, regular, and the people that are here every day, I would say, this is the only way you can win that. And then when I have the $1 million giveaway live and all them people come in, they ain't gonna know. Then you know they're just there for the money, and not because they like your show or nothing.
Yeah.
And the people who come all the time would be like, "Yep, this is how we win it." I know it's weird, but I don't know. I got to think about loyalty, man. And I don't know. I guess I learned that from my brother and his biker buddies or whatever.
Have
You
a
know.
live giveaway. We're giving away up to $1 million.
Yep.
Oh man,
When?
You'd have 100,000 people in there.
Yep. I wouldn't know none of them, and they would know that I don't know none of them. Well, the other part would be that'd be the way to tell the people came in. If you didn't have a blue wrench, then I would know. Well, you're not in the drawing, and I would announce it before I gave it away. The only
Not
people
me.
that
I,
can win on
I
this
come
has
on
a blue
subscribers
ring.
only mode, subscribers only,
Yep.
5 minutes or more,
Yep.
and then I'd get up to that 100 something thousand subscribers where I can get that silver plaque.
Yep.
Yeah, it would be subscribers only.
It'd be really cool to hit one of them obscene lotteries, like $200 million or something.
Yeah,
You could retire about everybody then.
you get over 200,000 subscribers trying to get some of that money, and then whoever wins, you get the plaque, you hang it up back here, and then all of a sudden, bam, your subscribers go from 200,000 back down to 5,000.
Yeah. Yeah. No
Don't
doubt.
care. I still got the plaque. I've achieved it.
Yeah.
Just don't announce the giveaway. Just do it. Show up. Surprise light.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's a good idea.
Hey,
I know the other one when I was talking about the oh God, you're an idiot, Ryan. No, you forget stuff. The Bitcoin story, okay, about I was like a second away from pulling in there and I would probably be rich right now. The other one was back in, I think I started my channel in 09 or something like that. And I had posted three or four dirt bike helmet cam videos. And I'd got an email from YouTube asking me if I wanted to become a content provider. And I had no idea what they meant or anything. I didn't know how any of this crap was going to work. You know what I mean? In the long run. And I just emailed them back and said, yeah, no, man, I just like to post stuff every now and then. That's one of them. Had I made a different decision, who knows? You know what I mean? I could have been one of the early people that got in on the gravy train when it first started taking off like that. So there's two opportunities in my life I missed that could have worked out really well. All my own fault. The subscriber or the content creator thing may not have worked out, but I suppose back then they they probably didn't have that many on the scale of things content providers, so you would have been in almost every search or whatever. It would have popped up, or when you logged on during the day, you'd had your thing would have came up all the time or whatever. I don't know how to say it, but you know what I mean. And your channel would have kept growing, which I'm sure I'd have been kicked off by now. There's no doubt in my mind. From content provider to banned on every network there is, except Rumble. I like Rumble actually. I should link these lives into Rumble too. Now that I think about it. That would be cool, and we could do that actually. And we could actually do a whole live from like, okay, I'm giving someone $1 million. I'm going to leave my house on my motorcycle. I'm not saying whose house I'm going to, but I'm going to do a live stream the whole way. And you guys can watch me end up at someone from our group's house here, giving them $1 million. That'd be cool. The whole content thing. Damn, it's 8:45. I got to get off here. I got stuff I got to do, man. Sorry. I didn't realize it was so late, guys. I apologize. Keeping everybody from getting their stuff done today. And with that said, man, I appreciate it, guys. Oh, yeah, dog, and I agree. Yep. Yeah. And Lisa, that was a good idea. So if I ever hit the lottery, we'll plan on making a big production out of it. You know what I mean? And with that, guys, I didn't realize it was this late. I got to go. Really, I got to take a shower and get ready for my doctor's appointment. And I got some work on that house I seen I got to do before I go. And with that being said, I appreciate everybody coming in. I just went live on a whim. What is today? Tuesday. So I appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out with me. I truly do. And there's a good chance here before long, I'll be going back to 5 days a week. Oh, Thanksgiving Day. For those people who don't have anyone or whatever, I'll be going live like I did last year and being live all day or whatever for people that don't have nowhere to go or no one. You know what I mean? So, even though I'll be doing stuff around here, it's just going to be me and Mom, I'm pretty sure. And instead of Thanksgiving dinner, we're going to fix a big old pot of vegetable soup just because it sounds better. So just remember that if you ain't got nothing to do on Thanksgiving, stop in, say hey, and hang out. And I think that's a good idea. I'll be doing it on Christmas too, because like I said, we haven't done much for Christmas since my brother died. So it's not like we're going to start again. And then let's see how many. I had 22 people in here right now. That's pretty cool. I appreciate it, man. That's awesome. And I may be on, now that I've remembered about this thing here, whatever it's called, Restream. Maybe depending on what I got going on tomorrow, I may get up and go live again. We'll see. I don't know yet. I'm trying to think what I got tomorrow. I got a lot of stuff. Come think of it. So, anyhow, thank you guys, and I'll talk.